Hello everybody, MorbTron here. Today we are going to be discussing the grenade launcher Doomsday and taking a deeper dive into a perk that only Doomsday can get, or a weapon trait rather. It is called Full Court. So Doomsday is a heavy grenade launcher that you can get from either Gambit Prime, or I believe the much more consistent way to get it is from killing the Shadow of Oryx final boss in the Reckoning. That's where I've gotten all of mine anyway, but I'm fairly sure now you can actually have a small chance to get one of these things from a Gambit Prime completion, not from doing any specific one thing in Gambit Prime, just randomly at the end of a match. Anyway, now this thing has a very unique perk called Full Court. What this trait does is it increases the detonation damage as the projectile travels further before exploding. So basically, the farther you are away from your target, if you hit your target, it'll do more damage. And having things like a lot of velocity will definitely help you hit your target the farther it is away, so that way the projectile has less travel time, but it'll still travel the same distance. So having things like rangefinder, if you aim down sights, then that'll help, or having a velocity masterwork will also help, but I think maybe blast radius would probably be better. But we're going to be taking a look into Doomsday with Full Court and without Full Court, seeing what this trait can bring to the table when comparing it to other options. And the highest DPS option right now in the game, since Wardcliff got nerfed, is actually the Prospector, supposedly. But we're going to take a look and see if that's actually the case. So what makes Prospector so good is that you can rapid fire this thing and it does a ton of damage. The current kind of easy way to cheese Ribbon is to use the Prospector instead of using cluster rockets like you could before. You can still use cluster rockets, but the Prospector does it quicker and more consistently. You don't have to worry about clusters not landing in the right spot. You don't have to worry about accidentally hitting her in the eye, that sort of thing. And Prospector is very, very easy to rapid fire. So you'll see here I have a Darcy equipped, but that's not for damage, that's for showing you the range, that sort of thing, which I'm going to go over in a second. You'll see I have a radar tuner mod on my Full Court Doomsday. That's just so boss spec doesn't cause any, let's say, bad data. I wanted the two grenade launchers, my two Doomsdays, to be as close as possible in stats, and their blast radius right now is exactly the same, and they even both have rangefinder on it, luckily enough. Just one has quick draw and the other has radar tuner, or I'm sorry, radar tuner has Full Court. My rangefinder quick draw actually has proximity grenades, but so it's better for PvP, but not as good at PvE as the Full Court Doomsday. So we're here in Saturn and the Lost Sector here with Golmut. Now I cleared out the entire area already. I kind of want to show you my ranges because he's in his regular spot. This is the line where I've been trying to stand during all my testing, and the Darcy here puts him at about 43 meters away from me right now. And at 43 meters is where, you know, you're going to be pretty much optimal from getting the damage increase. Now you can be like way back here. Golmut can even be like way up on that ramp over there, and you can still get more damage. It seems like the damage buff does not have a limit. It's just the farther you are away from your target, the more damage you'll do. It's just that, of course, the farther you are away from your target, the less likely you are to actually hit your target, especially with a grenade launcher, with the, you know, having to adjust for arc, that sort of thing. The minimum for Full Court, oh, if I can not die, seems to be about right here. Now, granted, you're not going to be able to pull out a Darcy every time you're in a raid encounter or trying to use it, but just know that at about 10 to 12 meters, Golmut settle down, is where Full Court kicks in, and you get to see more and more damage. Now, at the, I would call, optimal range, at about 30, 35-ish meters. Right now I'm at about 34. That's where he was, that's where I was standing. It does pretty decent damage. Now, directly comparing Prospector, let's just equip it here, and hopefully I have, yeah, there we go, 5 grenades. Does 3622, if I can land a shot without getting flinched by Mr. Golmut here. There we go, 3622, 175, 1276, and then you'll see 5 ticks of 126, totaling a damage output of 5703 for 1 grenade. Now if we switch over to our full court, we have 2 grenades. There we go, we have 4505, and we try to go back even farther. 4855, which you'll see that's pretty far away. But a 4855 and 1010, that puts it at 5865, which is technically better than the Prospector at 5703. But the chances of you being this far away from a target consistently in PvE is going to be pretty rough. But there are certain encounters where you can actually make that shine. But just now to compare the 2 Doomsdays together, I'm going to get more heavy ammo, reset this encounter, and I'll show you what that's all about. Alright, so more ammo has been acquired. This area has been reset. Golmut is back to his angry self, except he's hiding right now. So I kind of wanted to see what boss spec would do. Now, we've already seen that with full court, Doomsday can just barely outdo Prospector at a pretty far distance. But with boss spec, let's start with major spec, because Golmut might be a major. Not 100% sure, but I've got a bunch of these mods sitting around anyway, and a bunch of Glimmer to burn. It doesn't really matter. So we're going to try to get this magical number again here. 50, 53. Oof. That was quite a bit. That might have been an explosive barrel next to Golmut. 49, 34. This is more. It is doing more damage against Golmut now. Golmut might be a major. So you see here, it's already doing an insane amount of damage compared to what Prospector was. So if we throw like a major spec or a boss spec mod into a full court Doomsday, you are going to be outperforming Prospector, I would say, enough to warrant using it over Prospector, especially if you wanted to free up your exotic slot for either a energy weapon or a kinetic weapon. But now let's just see what a baseline Doomsday will do here. Go pick up more. We shouldn't need more heavy ammo. Let's save that. So 3884 plus 1010. Pretty standard, that's what I got. That's just what this does because there's no damage increasing stuff on it. But let's put our other Doomsday back on. And then let's pick up this heavy ammo. There we go. And Golmut doesn't have much health left. But let's see here. So we have 5133 and 1039. Let's put a boss spec mod on. Now I'm pretty sure it's not going to show full damage if we one-shot him. Well, let's just put a boss spec mod back on. Hopefully he stays in the same area. He did not. I wish there was some sort of shooting range that we could use instead of having to use Golmut or another, mostly stationary target. Can he stay in the same spot? Okay, we killed him. So I'm pretty sure Golmut's a major for future testing purposes, but that doesn't really matter. The results of the test are still the same. If you're looking for something that's, easy, it's a year 1 exotic to use to, burn down bosses, that happens to be the same energy type as the Doomsday arc, you can definitely use Prospector. It's pretty easy to get. That's kind of one size fits all because it is an exotic, all the same roll. Fully automatic, so it's easier to use, that sort of thing. But if you want to min-max your build, and especially free up your exotic slot for something else, if you happen to get a Doomsday with full court, you've got a gem in your hand. Now, going boss spec over major spec, that's going to be a whole other topic, really, and one that I'm not going to get into. I mean, if you're fighting bosses, use a boss spec mod. If you're fighting majors, use a major spec. But as we saw there, Golmut took more damage when I was using Major Spec than he did when I was using Boss Spec. You might run into more Majors than Bosses. It's hard to say. But if you're fighting things like Riven, Riven is obviously a boss. So if you're looking to use this on Riven, definitely want to stay as far away as possible from her. And in fact, Prospector might be the better go-to there, just so you can make sure you're able to stand in, you know, a Well of Radiance or behind a rally barricade from a Titan, that sort of thing to get the job done. Using this thing in, let's say, Gambit Prime, or just out and about in like Nightfalls, using Major Spec might actually get the job done better. And that's where Prospector is going to shine anyway, because in Gambit Prime you can be quite a ways away from the Primeval to actually do some damage. And I'm not sure if those are considered bosses or majors. I'll have to do some more testing on that personally. But like I said, that's just semantics. That doesn't really matter. If you're looking for a grenade launcher that can put some hurt on it, like exotic weapon levels of hurt and higher, a Doomsday with full court is definitely the way to go. If you like this sort of video where I kind of math some things out for you, show you the numbers, that sort of thing, hit that like button for me. Showing your support in these videos is greatly appreciated. If you're new here, you want to see more of my content, definitely hit that subscribe button for me. I'm trying to hit 5K before the end of the month. We'll see if that'll happen or not. But do not forget to have a good day, everybody, and I'll catch you all next time.